Hey everyone, in tonight's free video, I want to take a quick look at the S&P 500 and the huge bounce we had on Friday off the employment numbers. Now, the employment numbers weren't all that great. It's not like we made positive progress. We just didn't lose as many jobs, so that's a good thing, I guess. And the markets took that in a positive way. So we broke up, and really it doesn't matter. The chart, at the end of the day, one of the things I always advocate is, news and stuff is nice, but at the end of the day, the charts don't lie. They're telling you what's going on, and told us on Friday we had to move higher. So if we take a look at this market here, we talked about breaking and having an expectation of where we're going to go. You see, we've broken above this high. We said if the market breaks above there, we have an expectation of where it's going to go, and in this situation it was the 127 extension as usual, and you see we've attained that 127 extension. So again, one of the great things about trading is when you get these breaks above, you can take advantage and have an expectation. Again, the 127 is about a 70% chance of getting there. Okay, that's not a 20, it's a 7. So it's got a 70% chance of getting there, and it got there. Now, what about higher? Well, we've got to close above the 127, which is positive. The other thing we have is symmetry. Markets present themselves and have a lot of symmetry. For example, when I go from this high to there, we made this little minor pullback. And again, we talk about what minor pullbacks mean all the time in the room and in the premium newsletter. So here, you can see that when we broke above here, we had an expectation, 127. Then if the market continues to move, you have an expectation of a one-to-one symmetrical move. That one-to-one symmetrical move happens to be where? Happens to be right at that 1618 extension. So there's now that we've gone to the 127, which like I said is a 70% chance, there's another 50% chance if we close above that we get to the 1618. And right now we have closed above the 127 extension, so we have about a 50% chance now of getting to, and obviously 50% chance means it'll happen, it won't, but again, statistically speaking, there's a 50% chance that once we break above here that we get to the 1618 extension, which happens to be at a one-to-one symmetrical move, which happens to take out the previous year's highs. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here, but in this situation, any long entries I want to take advantage of intraday with a 60-minute, 4-hour, 2-hour, and I want to look for a move up to the 1618 extension. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at for the S&P 500. Same thing applies to the Dow. Same thing applies to the Nasdaq. All right, we're doing a 2-day webinar next, not next week, but the week after, between March 17th and 18th. We got a lot of feedback from you guys in regards to the last webinar we did in early February, and a lot of people were interested in getting the webinar, so we figured let's do another one in order to keep in order to catch up. So it's going to be March 17th and 18th, and you can register by just going to our main site, ratiotrading.com. You'll see this button on the right hand side. If you click on it, it'll give you more information. Now, we are doing something special for this webinar. The webinar is it's going to be from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So it's an entire day's thing with a lunch in between, of course. We're going to be talking about the Fibonacci tactics and rules, some of the things that we teach in the course. In our program, we're going to talk about options, trading Fibonacci ratios. Options, a very powerful way to use options in a simple way that's understandable. We're going to talk about psychology. We're going to talk about money management. It's going to be really fun. Everybody who's ever come to it enjoys it. We have a great time together, so we continue to do these. But one of the new things that we're going to be doing is we are including, so the webinar is normally at $397, and what we're doing is now we're going to include 1 month complimentary to our premium newsletter. Okay, so we do a newsletter Monday through Thursday, those of you who see it, and then Sunday night, you're going to get a complimentary 1 month to the premium newsletter, in which we cover more stuff, more trading tactics and ideas. And for those of you who sign up early bird, which is this week, we're taking $50 off if you use the code RATIO. Okay, so again, to sign up for it, just click the register now. We're only doing this for the first 50 people who register. So the first 50 people who register and use the code RATIO get the complimentary newsletter and $50 off. Okay, so look forward to seeing you guys there. And again, that's March 17th and 18th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, we'll see you guys at the next video up.